Hello and good morning again from Gary Champion, Psychic Medium. This morning is sort of, every now and then I do a video trying to show you how to do something. And all these things that I do or can do can be done by anybody. It's just a matter of, it's attitudinal. Learning how to let go of everything is the key to all this. Spirits can't speak to you when your mind is spinning with trash. And by trash, I mean, well, I got to go get groceries. I got to mow the lawn. I have to paint that room. The dog needs to go to the whatever. It's daily trash. And I discovered fairly early on that I could eliminate that, much to my benefit. In the beginning, before meditation, if I had a list of things to do that were going to spin around in my head, I'd just go do those. I would do my laundry. I would mow the lawn. I would wash the car, whatever I had to do. I'd made sure all that was done before I got down to meditation time, because it keeps you from letting go. You're holding on to a list of things. And at some point, I discovered I could just write things on a list. Take a little. That's why I keep all these little scraps of paper around all the time. They're all over the place, upstairs, downstairs, because I'll write my thoughts down, and they just send over a period of time. They just disappear out of your brain. You don't worry about getting mustard and whatever because it's written on a list. It removes it from your conscious thought. That's a good sentence. So this video is about reading text. Automatic writing was one. Done a lot about meditation, reading other people, things like that. Little infomercials designed to, if you have abilities, and a lot of people who watch my videos are, you guys are pretty good, then this is one you want to put in your little arsenal of tools to use as a reader, a psychic medium, or just as someone trying to get through their day. It could be very beneficial to you to understand what someone's really telling you in a text. You have a leg up on everybody. You're ahead of the game. You see the ending before they get there. That's a skill. That's a skill that can keep you employed or move you up the ladder or get you your first job. I once had an online job, I don't know, 15 years ago. It lasted about 10 minutes because I thought I was going to be doing this. I was going to be reading people over the internet, or at least by phone. It turned out they were text. People would send me texts and ask me to read them. I just panicked real quick and clicked off and never ever did it again. I don't work for other people on the internet. I find it's not what I want to do. And if any of you have tried that and found it beneficial, good for you. I just don't seem to fit into that mold. That's why I've worked for myself most of my life. I've not worked for other people. And when I put this YouTube channel up, I'm going to get there. I'm sorry, I'm going around the boat here. I put the YouTube channel up, and I started reading the text of people. Well, I didn't, because I didn't allow any comments in the beginning, because hate always needs feeding, as I've said before. And people, and they do it now, they do it a lot. They make rude comments or nasty comments, and they don't know you. They don't know me. And this YouTube, so I took it down. Those of you who stuck with me know that it went down and it went back up, and I decided I would allow comments. But anybody that wants to get nasty and beat either you up or me up, I just what I call disappear them. I block them from the channel. I delete their text. If you've seen a lot of that disappearing, that's what it is. I'm very protective of this YouTube channel. And I read the texts that you send. I read every one of them. I know that sounds crazy, but it's sort of quarantined here. So during the day, periodically, all day long, I'll turn the computer on and read them. And after a while, I began to notice that words would jump out of some people's text and not others. And why, I don't know. But it seems to be if you just stare at someone's text that they're sending and relax, clear your mind, and it's not what they're talking about. It's often something behind that. Someone says something in a well-meaning text. Maybe, and you guys are helping each other. That's what I love about this channel. Someone's having a hard time and you jump in and with comments aimed to soothe that. And I've learned how to read things behind that. And people who are nasty or angry come on and say something, and boy, the meaning behind that really jumps out. Like that's what their father always said. Or someone had leukemia. Now, that's not one I'd probably respond to, but text is readable. Thoughts are very powerful things. And I think I figured out that the difference between reading text that's easy and that which is hard to get any meaning out of seems to have to do with the intent, the concentration, the well thought out text. They actually put a part of themselves in it. If you're just writing, here, blah, 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 and you do it all day long, there's not much there to read. So it seems to me, for me, that the texts that are well thought out and crafted in sort of a way seem to jump out. Now, there's always the flip side of that I have no idea what I'm talking about. See, I gave you the good thing that I pull the rug out from underneath you because stuff jumps out of text. I'm not thinking about why. And if you'll notice, some of the responses I give to some of your texts are actually readings. It's not an accident. I'm reading your comment, something jumps out, and I type something back. Or a funny joke comes into my head. I'll write that. And for you overly serious people, get over it. That's just my nature. I make jokes about practically everything. Even death. Death is funny in some context. So if you get a response and it's something that reads pretty much like a helpful thing, then it's something I'm getting out of your text and I'm just responding to it. As I do if I'm out doing something else and somebody passes me and I get something, I'll tell them something and just keep moving. I don't want to get tied up in that. They didn't ask for a reading, but I figured it might help. So it seems to me like if you let everything out of your brain, because that takes away from the concentration and the effort that you're trying to read text. And just stare at someone's message via text. We're just reading these things all day long, and I get a lot of them. I can't give readings all day long to people I don't know. But occasionally I see that someone needs something, and someone from the other side has told me something for that reason. And sometimes it's just random. It's just random stuff that's coming out of someone when they've written that email, or what's behind what they wrote, what the real thing is. And someone will state something categorically, and you find out it's something their dad said for 40 years, so they believe it too. Ford cars are the best. Got to have a Ford car. Can't have a Chevy. Chevys are terrible. And then they get on and they start talking about Ford cars. You know, they didn't think it up. They're just passing on they're repeating someone else's thought, which is a waste of time. Have thoughts of your own. Don't copy what somebody else said. So if you're going to read text and you get a lot of text or emails or anything like that, try and just relax and stare at the text. And it doesn't matter what it's saying often. It's just the words on the paper that were written with an intent that seems to carry beyond space and time. That's the thing about metaphysical stuff. It's not connected with space and time. And I did videos, I think, a year or two ago. I'm not sure, but they were about aliens and how random thoughts like that come by all the time. They're not a billion light years away, and yet their thoughts are pretty clear. I no longer get them because I just wasn't interested. I'm not interested in learning how many BTUs come off the sun in a second. I'm not a factual guy. Don't give me numbers. I don't care about numbers. You know that 8,463 people just did. Oh, 9 million people watched that video. I actually just watched the video, and it's over 9 million people that watched that video. That's a great little song by a group, anyway. Purely an accident, it just showed up. Or maybe not. Or maybe that's what we choose to believe. It's that song, I Just Want to Dance the Night Away by the Mavericks. It's uplifting, funny, interesting. A lot of color and dancing. Maybe I just needed that. Here's an interesting thought. The first thing I heard when I woke up this morning was a song. And usually my days start with a song. And the thought is clear what it means. And sometimes it's something I believe, it's something I don't believe, but then pretty quickly figure out maybe I should be believing it because it makes a lot of sense. I don't have fixed thoughts, very few. I need to eat 3 times a day. And I take a bath every Saturday night, whether I need one or not. But I don't have a lot of beliefs. Anyway, this morning I got up and Fame and Fortune by Elvis Presley started playing. I don't know who wrote the song. I have no idea. Should have looked that up. So I got up, turned the computer on, put it on. And it basically says Fame and Fortune, they're only passing through. And love is really more important. It's a little thought I happen to believe in, little theory. And that was a song. So I find that amazing that he's rich and famous and yet sang somebody's song saying it doesn't matter. I like the bass line on it. He had the Jordanaires, I believe, singing behind that, but that guy that has that super low bass on it. He sort of demonstrates a little of that. Anyway, that's what I woke up to this morning. My wife and I talking, and then that song started right up, and I got up and turned on my computer. She's long since stopped asking why I'm up doing strange things at odd times. Just the way it is. Anyway, if you want a song kind of talking about fame and fortune, it's just something that's passing through. But love, that's so heaven to him. Anyway, too long a video, probably. Learning to read text, fame and fortune. Sometimes I'll give you these songs. I just figure they're interesting. Maybe you hear them too. Maybe you've heard that song. It's an old song. I don't know, it's the 60s, I guess, 65 or 66 or something like that. Most of you weren't even born then. That makes me feel old. Okay, so see if you can read text. When people send you a little email, try and look at it in a relaxed state and see if you can pick up what is behind all of that. Like the other day, I was reading one and someone said leukemia, and I thought, well, I can't just type that out in the middle of nowhere. It might not even be for them. It might be one of their relatives that passed through leukemia, trying to get me to say hello to them and start a conversation to pass something on to them. But if I did that all day long, I'd be doing that. I wouldn't be taking my shower every week, and I would stink. I'd be out there on the street. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.